Hello everybody, I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to review a budget-friendly gaming mouse, and that is called Zelotes F-15. Alright, so let's get started. Let's start with the box first. You see it comes with a military kinda looking box, which is a strong message, I believe, regarding its stability or durability. Here you go. You see the sponge here, that's for extra protection. Alright, charging cable is included in the box. Here you can see it's a micro USB cable. Alright, and what else in the box? Here you go, the manual, the instructions for use. Alright, keep it. So let's get started. Alright, first of all, this is my second mouse, second Zelotes F-15. Actually, the first one is I'm still using. I got the second one because it's just in case the price might go up at some point. So I just wanted to be, be on the safe side, and I've been, so you can say I've been kind of stocking for this mouse, right? And I'm gonna explain why. Alright, so let's get started. Here you go. You can see there are some protective tapes. See, you can remove them before you start. Alright, here you go. You can see it has 3 switches here, 3 switches here, and here we open. Let's open this. Here you go. It comes with two batteries, with 2 AA batteries with 800 milliamps each. Here you go. You can see. Alright, and here is the receiver. You can just put it in here and you're good to go. Alright, so let's talk about the build quality. Alright, well, that's the first thing I want to mention. The build quality on this mouse is amazing. Actually, it feels really good in the hands. It doesn't feel like anything cheap, although it's a Chinese brand. It feels really sturdy, nothing short of those well-known brands, actually. So it's a really good feeling kind of mouse. Here you can see the extra piece for your thumb to rest on it, with a nice touch. Here you go. You can see the buttons for switches for DPI. You see there are 4 different DPI settings here. Here you go, from 1 to 2.5. Here you go. There is 3x, 3 or 2x. I'm not sure. I never used it, actually. I don't remember. I'm not sure if that's really useful in FPS games. I don't know. I've been playing FPS goddammit games, and actually I've never used it. On the side you can see the back button, or the forward button, and button for back, and that's your home button. When you press this, it goes back to your desktop, and you press this again and it goes back to whatever you were looking. So it's a nice touch. It's really practical. And here you can see the rubber. It's not rubber, it's silicone tape for extra grip. I'm going to talk about this in a minute. And here you can see how it looks from the front. It actually looks pretty good. You can see on the other side. So let's go to the bottom of it. Here you can see there are 3 switches on the side. This off right now. Let's open it, turn it on. Here you go. It turned off automatically because you can see it's not connected. Alright, and here is the 3rd switch. When you open this, you see, yeah, it turns into a really different mouse, actually. Here you go. See the lights? Lights are strong, actually. See how it looks? It has a really futuristic look, like a sci-fi kinda mouse. Really good, especially in the night. If your room is dark, turn this on. If you are starting to play some game, heavy gaming, turn this on, and you see it's lit. Really good actually, and it doesn't really consume your battery too much in that sense, so you can leave it open as many times as you like. So it's really nice touch actually. All right, let's turn it off again. So the real deal that I want to talk about is on this side. Here you go, you can see the numbers: 250 Hz, 500 Hz, and then there's a play button on the top. So what are these? So we talked about the DPI. We all know the DPI. DPI is the let's say the resolution. It's about the resolution. The higher the DPI is, you don't have to move your mouse that much. So the higher, it's more sensitive. Let's say not sensitive, but it goes more distance on your screen. Okay, so what are these? That's called polling rate. I'm sure some of you guys already know what that is. It's polling rate. Polling rate is about the responsivity of the mouse to your movements. And what that is, most of the gamers, if you know any real gamers, they usually complain about wireless mouses being laggy, being slow in terms of responsiveness, or whatever they call it. So this is what this is about. Here you go, you can see 250 Hz. 250 Hz is almost double the standard already that we have already in most of the wireless mouses out there. I'm not talking about gaming mouse, I'm talking about normal mouse, normal wireless, standard wireless mouse. They usually have about 125, 150 Hz as polling rate. This starts with, you can see, 250, which is really good actually. And still yet this is usually not enough. Actually, it's not enough if you are really gaming, if you are really heavy into gaming, FPS gaming, if you're kind of pro. The pro gamers usually don't prefer wireless mouses because they complain about being laggy, lagginess, and slow responses from the mouse to their movement. But this, there are only some, as far as I know, there are only some, just a few wireless gaming mouse out there that have 500 Hz polling rate. So which is a huge plus, and it's not a gimmick and it's not fake. It's really 500 Hz. I don't know, I haven't measured it, but it really, you can really feel the difference when you turn it on, when you switch it to set it to 500 Hz. What does it do? Let's say you're playing Counter-Strike or Battlefield. Battlefield is like my favorite. So when I play Battlefield, let's say when I'm sniping or something like that, when I just move, when I have to make a sudden move, or I have to adjust my mark, my aim very quickly, sometimes I can feel that the mouse responds too slow to my movement. You know, when I just move it a little bit, and it either doesn't move or it just moves slower than what I want after my movement is finished. So when I turn this on, when I set it to 500 Hz, it becomes more and more responsive to my movements. And when I move it, when I move it around, when I have to make small adjustments to my aim, no problem. It's like I'm using a wired mouse. It's really a huge advantage. And like I said, even the high-end wireless gaming mouses, most of them some of them still don't have such a polling rate. Some of them do, but they are crazily expensive. And when I tell you about the price on this, you will be surprised actually. So it's a really huge plus. It's really a go, definitely a go. You should, if you're into gaming, heavy or not, heavy or hardcore or casual, if you are gaming, if you are ever gaming FPS games, playing FPS games, you should have one of these, and you can feel it. And if you don't want to use wired mouses, go with these, okay? You will not regret. Go with these. Alright, so let's go to the other setting. You can see the play button. What does this do? Let me give you an example. Let's say you are with your boyfriend or with your girlfriend, chilling in the middle of the night, watching a movie, let's say, and you are just chilling, relaxing on the couch together or in the bed, and you're just watching a movie, and at some point you just needed to turn up the volume or turn down the volume, or you needed to pause for a moment to, let's say, to refill your drink, something like that. You just don't have to wake up. You just don't have to, go walk to your desk and just press the button and pause it, stop it, or adjust the volume. When you set it to this play button, this mouse here turns into a wireless keyboard, right? That's a really crazy feature right there. Well, because most of us still don't have any wireless keyboards. Most of us do have. Almost all of us use wireless mouse, but most of us don't have wireless keyboard. Most of us have a laptop or a desktop, but still we don't use a wireless keyboard. I think it's still not that common. So when you're chilling in the middle of the night, chilling with your girlfriend or boyfriend, or you're just being lazy, when you don't want to wake up, get up and press that button, that's a huge savior, okay? That will save your lazy ass, okay? So you won't have to get up. So what does this do? Switch it here, and all these buttons here, including the wheel itself, turns into a specific button, okay? You can read the instructions there. I actually have tried some of them, but I don't remember, so I'm just gonna tell you what they do. They won't be the right. I'm just saying it. Okay, so let's say after you activate it, let's say when you press this button, it will just fast forward. It will just do fast forward, and you press this, it will do the backward. Press this, it will play and pause. Okay, so let's say when you scroll up the wheel, it will just turn up or turn down the volume. So all of these keys will have a specific function, okay, once you activate this feature. Here you go, the play button. So you don't have to have a keyboard just for chilling in the middle of the night and watching some movies. You won't have to buy a keyboard. You just buy this, plug it and activate it, and keep it, take it with you and keep it here. And if you want to stop it, press the button, stop it. If you want to go forward, press the button and go forward. If you want to adjust the volume, just scroll the wheel and you're good to go. So it's a really major, it's a really huge feature that most of the wireless mouses don't have, as far as I have seen. So it's a really good function. It's a really good feature that I believe most of the mouses out there must have. Okay. So, okay, what else? So we're done with this. Regarding the speaking of the wheel, normally I go with the things that I don't like first, but because there are a lot of things that I do like about this mouse and not many things that I actually don't like. So I just didn't go in that order this time, because there's nothing much to tell regarding the things that I don't like. So I'll just go randomly and talk about the things that I don't like, and again, because things that I do like, actually, because not many to talk about the things that I don't like. Maybe just some minor things. Let's go over them real quick. So the minor thing that I don't like, let's say I'm a little bit suspicious, we can say, about, is the wheel. The wheel is, maybe, I don't know if the camera is doing justice, but it feels really, floppy. It's like there is no resistance here, It's really loose. It feels loose. But like I said, I've been using this mouse, not this one, same one, for months, and the other one that I have is the same feeling. Feels too loose, like it's going to just fall off, but it doesn't. It's really sturdy. It just feels that, I mean, it could be a little bit harder to scroll, maybe a little bit more resistance would feel better, but like again, it's no big deal. I'm just saying it feels like it's going to fall off, but it's really strong and no problems with that so far. The other thing that I don't like about this mouse, like I said, there are really just a few things. It's this side rubber, not rubber, silicone band for extra grip. What is it that I don't like about? Maybe you can see it's a little bit loose, you know, it's not really well sticked in. See, it's the same with my other mouse, the other one that I've been using. It feels like it's going to come off easily, and it does come off easily after some time, I'm sure. But this is really common with almost all the mouses out there. You have this problem. It's a common problem especially if you have a strong grip when you game, when you use it. They start to come off after some while, but there's an easy fix for that. If it starts to come off, you just pull it a little bit, peel it off, use a glue, push that back, and you should be fine. Okay, but this is the only thing that I don't like, because this is another thing that I don't like. This is a heavy mouse. It's a big and heavy mouse. Let me show you, maybe to give you an example. I really don't have big hands, but this one is big. And it's heavy, so you need that grip. You need that grip to be solid, strong, and durable. So this is a downside about this mouse. But like I said, it didn't come off, but it will probably come out at some point, maybe after 6 months, maybe after a year. But it will eventually fall off because it's not really well placed. You can feel it once you try it. Okay, so like I said, it's heavy. Now I want to talk about something else, about its weight. And here you go. When I first opened it, maybe some of you have noticed, maybe not. You see the placement of the batteries? There's something odd. See, usually they are placed in opposite directions. You can see. Here you go. The other one, the one on the down, should be just the opposite. But on this one, they're all parallel. They're all in the same direction. So what does that mean? I don't know if it has anything to do with the placement. But here you go. Let me remove it. And turn it on. See, it works. It also works with one battery, single battery, and you're good to go. So if you are complaining about the weight being too heavy, you can simply remove one of the batteries, and you're still good to go. You can still use it. Of course, you will have 50% less battery life, but then again, speaking of the battery life, okay, let's talk about that too. The battery life on this is really good. And how good? Well, let me put it this way. Once I charge it, and by the time the batteries die, I usually don't remember the last time I charged this. So that's probably at least a month, and I'm using these daily. Every day I'm using this. So not always in this bright light gaming light mode, but I always use it. Every day I'm using it, and it takes at least a month before you need to charge these again. And speaking of charging, like I said, you see there are many good features about that. You can also use these. It comes with these micro USB cable. You can see you can also use this mouse as a wired mouse. Just charge it. You know, some of the mouses out there, they don't have that option. Once you when you charge them, you actually, the cable is just for charging, okay? It's not for using. It's not for using. But once, let's say your batteries are down, your batteries are dead, you charge it and you leave it at on. You can just switch it to off and you can still use it. That means this can also be used as a wired mouse. So if you still have any doubts about the lagginess, the lag issue, the responsiveness, that damn word, okay, whatever, if you have any problems regarding that, or I don't know, like I said, sensitivity, but in terms of sensitivity, there's not much problem. Maybe some response issues. If you have any complaints or doubts or any question marks in your mind about that, you can simply plug it and use it as a wired mouse too, just like that. So in that sense, it's like a all-in-one kind of mouse. You see, it's like an all-in-one kind of mouse. You can do almost everything with it, and it does everything perfect. Maybe not perfect, but excellent. Okay, does everything excellent, brilliant. So, and what else did we talk about? Did we skip anything? I think no, we didn't skip anything. Like I said, if you're looking for a mouse and gaming mouse, but if your budget is limited, and by the way, speaking of the budget, I forgot, I mentioned in the beginning of the video, like I said, the price tag on this, the first one, when I got the first one, the price tag on it was $19. Can you believe it? $19 for this. And I've been using it for a while. And still as good as new. $19. You get media function, multimedia function. You get 2 batteries. You have the option to use it with single battery. You have the polling rate, availability. You have the lights. You have DPI switches, DPI options. You have 2x, 3x, whatever that is, 3 times fire button. You have everything. You have a nice build quality. Like I said, it has a matte feeling, matte texture. Definitely not slippery, easy to hold. Despite its weight, it's easy to hold. Here you go, you can see. It's really easy to hold. You get almost everything that you can expect, okay, with only $19. Maybe it's now 20 or 25, but I'll put up the links. I'll find the links and I will put it in the description so you can find it. You can see for yourselves. Okay, so if you're looking for a budget-friendly gaming mouse, this is your choice. Okay, don't look for anything else. Look no more. Buy these immediately, and you will be happy. I can guarantee you will be happy. If you're not a professional gamer, if you're a professional gamer, if you're making money out of this, you're probably not using wireless gaming mouse. You're probably using wired gaming mouse. But even so, let's say even if you're a professional gamer, you should try these. Okay, you should at least try these. Maybe it won't be your the best gaming equipment, but you will like these. Even so, you will like these. I guarantee. I'm speaking in a really confident manner. You can see, but like I said, because I haven't had any techs in years. I haven't had any tech piece in years that I like this much. You know, like all the functions really function. Okay, it's not, none of them are gimmick. None of them are like under-functioning, underperforming. Everything performs like you expect them, like you hope them to perform. So just because of this, it should be a major go. It should be in your list to buy. It should be in your buy list. Okay. So one more thing. Like I said, it's a Chinese brand. Some people might think, okay, but it's Chinese brand, blah blah blah. But like I said, if it's just my personal advice and preference. If a brand or if a piece of tech, that applies to almost all all kinds of tech products. If a tech product has gone popular, you know, you usually the prices go up, and after some point you are either just paying for the brand actually, rather than the quality, rather than the functionality, or once it gets popular, the quality over time tends to decrease, you know. So if you got this, you got the first batch, you're lucky. But after that, if it goes really popular, after a while, the other releases tend to be a little bit maybe a little bit cheaper. They tend to, you know, cut some corners. Some do, some don't do. So that's why I really don't prefer all the popular brands. I tend to do some search and discover new things, and this might be the discovery of the year, maybe discovery of, I don't know, in a few years. We can say the discovery in the last few years. So this is a major goal. Like I said, if you're looking for a gaming mouse, buy these, and you will not regret. Okay, you will not be disappointed. You will be thanking me, actually. You will be thanking me. But let me show you this one more time. If you are going to, when you do the search, you might find other models of this brand, Zelotes. You should go for F-15. Okay, there are F-16s, I don't know, something else, F blah 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 blah. But the other models, as far as I understand, they are not as good as this. So if you are going to buy, don't let the others distract you, the other models distract you. Go for this, okay? Go for Zelotes F-15, all right? So you won't be disappointed, okay? So hit me up in the comments if you have anything to ask, and I will answer your questions. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And if you like the video, subscribe and stay tuned for the other videos, and I will see you in another one.